Hello and welcome. So today we will start studying collocations. So, what are collocations exactly? Collocations are fixed expressions that we use in English. So, here we have 50 lessons about collocations. We will try to study them together. 1000 English collocations in 10 minutes a day. This is a very nice book by Oliveira Cheyenne. So, like we said, there are 50 lessons and about 1000 collocations. So, first of all, we must know what a collocation is. Collocations are the typical or common combination of words we use together. Like, for example, here, take a picture. We don't say do a picture or make a picture, we say take a picture. Let me give you a simpler example. When you see a person in the morning, you say good morning. Okay, but think about it. Great is better than good. So, can I tell him, hello, great morning? No, actually. It sounds strange. It isn't right. We say good morning. So, look here, for example, we say a quick shower. Let me take a quick shower and then I will follow you. I don't say a fast shower. No. Okay, but wait a minute. Quick and fast have the same meaning. Yes. But using these two words, we usually say a quick shower. We don't say a fast shower. When you make mistakes with collocations, the other person will usually understand you, but your English won't sound natural because it's different from the way a native speaker would say it. Although it's possible to communicate successfully with incorrect collocations, using collocations correctly can help you speak more fluently, and of course, it appears more natural. Okay, so here we have the lessons. Let's check them together. So, first of all, lesson one family. Collocations about family. So, for example, we have immediate family. What is the immediate family? We're talking about parents and siblings, brothers and sisters. They are the family that you have a direct connection with. So, your father, your mother, and your siblings. And your extended family includes all your relatives, uncles, cousins, great aunts, and etc. So, we have immediate family and extended family. You can use a family tree to diagram the relationships among your family members. So we say a family tree. We don't say a family diagram. We say family members. And of course, we have distant relatives, those who are related to you by a long series of connections. Distant relatives. We don't say far away relatives. Okay, but distant and far away have the same meaning. Yes, they have. But using collocations, we say distant relative. If you're lucky, you have a loving family or a close knit family. Knit, here we're talking about knitting. Like, for example, when you are making a jumper, a wool jumper, so you start knitting. So it's a close knit family. The connections are very strong. These expressions refer to a family that has good relationships where everyone loves each other and help each other. If you were raised in a loving family, then you probably had a carefree childhood. Carefree. That means you had nothing to worry about when you were young. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about anything, actually. Your parents are taking good care of you and your siblings. On the other hand, a family in which the relationships are bad or unhealthy can be called a dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional. So it's not working properly. If the children experience abuse, so for example, your father should protect you, but actually he's the one who is hurting you. Poverty, no money, or problems with the law, like your father is a criminal or something, we can say they had a troubled childhood. Yeah, so let's say, for example, that you are running away from war or you are experiencing economical problems, so you had a troubled childhood. Perhaps the parents went through a bitter divorce. So they had a divorce, but they had to fight for it. It wasn't peaceful, it wasn't civil, and they had to fight to get this divorce. That means a separation in which they were bad, angry feelings between the husband and the wife. Sometimes you just want to get a divorce and stay civil. Sometimes things get better. It's also possible to have a messy divorce with a prolonged legal battle. Prolonged, so it doesn't finish quickly. It takes years. The decision about the separation of assets are made in the divorce settlement. So the husband and the wife, they sit down and they settle. You take the house, I take the car, you take the girls, I take the boys, and so on. A family in which there are divorces or separation is sometimes called a broken home. Sometimes the mother and father fight over custody of the children. So who's going to take the children? Like, for example, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. That refers to who has the primary responsibility of caring for the kids. A judge can grant joint custody. Grant, give. Joint custody, so both the father and the mother take care of their children. Or the sole custody, so that's only to one parent. A judge might award sole custody to the mother, and the father has to pay child support, the regular payment to help with the expenses for the kids, the money. If it was a mutual divorce or separation, so both of them agree, that means that they have agreed to separate without fighting. Then they will probably stay on good terms with each other. So they stay friends. They talk to each other and maybe share a dinner or something. If a woman gets pregnant without being married or in a relationship, then she will become a single mother. Some women in this situation choose to have an abortion. She doesn't want the child. And others prefer to give the baby up for adoption. So after she gives birth to the baby, she gives it to another couple to raise the baby. The time when the baby is planned to arrive is called due date. Usually, the doctor tells you what the due date is. You can also say the baby is due in mid October, for example. Is due, it means arriving. After the woman has the baby or gives birth, the baby is given to the adoptive parents who will raise the child or bring up the child as if it was their own. So look here, we say raise the child, bring up the child. We don't say grow up the child. Grow up, this happens physically. He grows up by himself. But when you raise the child, you tell him what's right and what's wrong, what things he should do, what things he shouldn't do. Sometimes, when the adopted child is older, he or she tries to find their birth mother, biological mother. Okay, so we have a quiz here. Let's read the questions and circle the best word to complete each sentence. Number one, a friend of mine went birth to her son at home with the help of a nurse. A friend of mine gave birth with the help of a nurse. And this nurse, she's a special nurse. We call her midwife. Midwife. She's a special nurse that helps you to deliver the baby. Number two, a number of the kids in my classroom came from homes. Broken homes. Broken homes. So the father and the mother had a divorce. After a hostile, cruel, bitter divorce from his wife of 20 years, the actor married a woman young enough to be his daughter. So the answer is bitter. After a bitter divorce from his wife of 20 years. So they fought. Number four, I see my family once a year during our annual family vacation. I see my extended family. Extended family. Annual family vacation, it means every year we meet together on this vacation. Okay, expanded and extended, they have the same meaning, yes. But when we talk about family members, we say immediate family members or extended family members. I was raised in a very joyful, loving, tender family in which everyone helped each other, loving. I was raised in a very loving family. I was by my grandparents after my parents passed away. Passed away, died. I was raised. I was raised. Not created, not grown. I was raised. Number seven, I am on good friends relations terms with all my former boyfriends. Terms. It means we still talk to each other and things are good between us. John had a carefree, careful, careless childhood, growing up with happily married parents and three brothers. Carefree, carefree. Number nine, many women regret giving, having, taking an abortion years afterwards, having an abortion. Regret, they feel sorry about it. They don't like it after they do it. My aunt's going through a messy, sloppy, untidy divorce. She's paying a fortune in legal fees. A messy divorce. She's paying a fortune, a lot of money. Sloppy. Sloppy it is when you do something, but you don't do it in the right way. You just want to finish as quick as possible. So you do it, but it's very bad. So we say, what a sloppy job. My husband doesn't get along with a few of my family members, of course. Although my salary is low, I get child from my ex husband, child support, not assistant, not provision, support. Number 13, my sister got had made pregnant immediately after she got married. My sister got pregnant immediately, right away, or right after. My son is making a diagram of our family tree for a school project. My wife is pregnant with twins. They are due in February, so they will be born in February. Sally was granted sole custody of the children from her first marriage. Custody. Guardian, we use guardian like, let's say that there are rich parents and they had a son, like for example, the Waynes. So the Waynes, they got murdered, and Bruce, their son, was left as an orphan. So the butler, what was his name? Pennyworth. So the butler, Alfred, he became his guardian. He would take care of him and his money until he becomes an adult. Teenagers who had a childhood often have behavior problems in school, troubled childhood. The celebrity wrote a book about his dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional family. The divorce settlement awarded the wife $500,000. So the divorce settlement, we don't say contract. No, we say settlement. Sometimes we have something called prenup. A prenup, it is before you get married, you sign a contract with each other. In the case of getting a divorce, how much money you will get or how much money you will give. 20, there are 4 people in my immediate family. So, people who have direct connection with me, father, mother, and siblings. And finally, 21, they have 3 biological children and 2 adopted children. So here it's adopted, not adoptive or adopting. And this is the end of our first collocation lesson. Thank you for your time and stay tuned for other lessons. Good luck.